Hey YouTube yoga friends, I hope you are well. If you've not practiced with me before, I am Amy and I will be your yoga teacher for the day. This is going to be a super fun, super funky, creative, full length Vinyasa flow, and the special thing about this flow is that it's going to be wrist free, so not putting any weight on our hands and wrists. You don't need to have any wrist issues to do this flow. It's going to get us sweating, it's going to get the heart going, it's going to get us moving in fun ways that we've not moved before. So if you have got wrist issues, it's great for you. If you haven't, please still stick around because I know you are going to love it. I'm really excited about this flow. So we're going to begin today standing near the back of the mat. I'll give you a few moments to join me here. Bringing the feet to hip width apart or wider, finding that nice stable base and checking in with the feet. So noticing whether you're collapsing into the inside of your feet or rolling onto the outside, whether there's more weight in the toes or in the heels, and just trying to find that nice sweet spot of balance with the weight evenly distributed throughout the sole of the foot. Bring your attention to your torso now. Are you lifting up and out through both sides of the waist? Are you shining the chest forwards, dropping the shoulders down and back? And check in with the head and neck. So is your head stacking over your heart, over your hips, finding length through the front and the back side of the neck? Now check in with your breath. Where is the breath flowing to in your body right now? Is it making its way down deep into the belly, or is it maybe getting stuck a bit higher up in the chest, in the throat? And I'll invite you to try and lengthen your breath and to start breathing in and out through the nose if you're not already. Sending that breath deep down into the lower belly. Now take a moment to set an intention for this practice. So, like I said, we'll be maybe moving in ways that we're not used to today. So when we do lots of planks, chaturangas, down dogs, if we've done a lot of yoga, they'll come to us easily. Those neural pathways will be well formed in our brains. We won't have to think about it. But today, switching things up a bit might challenge your brain, and that might bring up some frustration, some disappointment, some annoyance. So maybe just set an intention to accept however you are, wherever you are, whatever happens in your practice today. Take 3 more deep breaths on your own before we start moving. As you're ready, use your next breath in to sweep both arms up overhead, reach those fingertips up to the sky, then use your next exhale to draw the elbows into the ribs, lift the chest up, cactus those arms. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, send the left arm forwards and the right arm back, twisting to the right, just using the upper body, keeping the hips and the core facing forwards. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, twist over to the other side, feeling that opening through the left side of the chest. Inhale, reach both arms back up. Exhale, slide the right arm down the thigh of the right leg. Reach that left arm up and over and try and keep that nice alignment through the spine. So not rounding forwards, not collapsing backwards, keeping that integrity. Inhale, reach both arms up. Exhale, take it to the other side, stretching over to the left. Deep breath into that right side body. Inhale, reach both arms up. Now exhale, take the right hand down by your side and then bring the left arm to thread around the back of that right elbow. And now drop the left ear over towards the left shoulder, finding a stretch through the right side of the neck. And take 2 deep breaths here. Draw that right arm down towards the floor, drawing that left ear away from it. Come back through centre. Inhale, sweep both arms up. Exhale, slide the left arm down the left leg and then bring the right hand to thread behind that left elbow and then drop the right ear over towards the right shoulder. Finding that dynamic opposition between the left hand drawing down and the right ear drawing in the other direction. Come back through centre. Inhale, sweep both arms up. Exhale, bring the hands to heart centre. Walk the toes together if they're not already. And come up onto your tiptoes. Come up as high as you wish onto those tippy toes. Holding here, feeling the wobbles in the legs, and then start to bend into the knees, lower yourself down, keeping a nice long spine as you go, slowly, 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 finding the control and landing in a toe balance. So the thighs are parallel to the floor, crown of the head reaches up towards the sky, hands at heart centre. Inhale, reach both arms up. Exhale, twist to the right, bringing the left hand onto the right knee. Right fingertips can be down on the floor, or you might experiment with hooking that right hand around the left hip, if that feels comfortable in your wrist. Inhale, reach those arms up. Exhale, twist to the other side. If you ever fall out of your toe balance or any pose today, just come and meet us back wherever you are. Make this class your own. Take it where you need to go. Inhale, reach both arms up. Exhale, drop the knees down onto the mat, untuck the toes and come up to a position with the knees on the floor, shins on the mat, arms reaching up overhead. Take another inhale, reach those arms even further to the sky, then exhale, bring those hands through heart centre. Now ground down through the left knee, start to lift the right knee to hover off the mat, drawing that knee up into the chest. You might be really, really wobbling here, you might fall out of the pose, but just making your way into this balance, and then you're going to try and pop that right foot towards the front of the mat, sink the hips down and land in a low lunge. If you didn't catch the balance, no worries, just come and meet us here in a low lunge with the right leg at the front of the mat. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, take the right hand to the right hip, stretch over to the right hand side, reaching through those fingertips. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, extend to the sky. Exhale, bring the hands to heart centre, then start to straighten that left leg, rocking onto that heel and lowering the chest towards the floor, landing in our half splits, but with the hands at heart centre. You can pop the fingertips down on the mat if that option feels better for you today. Send that breath into the back of the right leg. Inhale, rock your way back forwards into that low lunge, hands still at heart centre, and then pop off that right foot, bring the right knee back to meet the left, landing back in our kneeling position. Inhale, draw the left knee up into the chest, finding that balance, feeling into the wobbles, and then shoot that foot forwards to the front of the mat, sink the hips down into your low lunge. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, reach them up. Exhale, bring the left hand to the left hip. Right arm reaches up and over to the left hand side. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, open through the chest, cactus. Fill the lungs with air as you reach the fingers to the sky. Release the air as you bring the hands to heart center and start to straighten through that left leg, drawing the hips back in space, feeling into that hamstring. Inhale, make your way forwards back into that low lunge. Exhale, bring the hands to heart center and then pop off that foot, making your way back into a kneeling position. Now you're going to rock yourself. If you've not got the toes tucked under, tuck them under now. Rock yourself back up into that toe balance. So coming into it from kneeling this time, going in the reverse of what we did before. Either with yourself still on the toes or bringing the heels down to the earth. We're going to rise our way back up to standing. Take it slowly, finding the control, coming up onto your tippy toes. Inhale, reach the arms up to the sky. Exhale, bring the hands to heart center, drop those heels down onto the mat, and then simply walk your way over to the front of the mat. Inhale, reach the arms up to the sky. Now rooting down through the right foot, you're going to bring the left knee up and into the chest and then start to take big circles with that left knee. Take them going in one direction and then switch directions. Draw that knee back up into the chest, then either with the arms extended or at heart center, you're going to hinge at the hips, straighten that left leg, reach the chest down towards the floor and land in a warrior three. Hands out in front if you have the space and for a bit of an extra challenge, or bring them to the chest if that option works for you. We're going to take 10 pulses on that right leg, bending into that right knee for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you fall out of it, no worries whatsoever. Come back to that warrior three and then drop the left toes all the way to the back of the mat. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, right hand to right hip. Take that stretch over to the side. Inhale, extend the arms. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, bring the hands to heart center. Put all your weight onto that right foot. Launch off the left leg and land in a standing split with the hands at heart center. Or you can bring the fingertips down to the mat if that feels okay on your wrists and that option feels better for you. Take 3 deep breaths in your standing split, reaching the left toes up to the sky. As you're ready, you're going to drop the left ankle behind the right, crossing that leg behind, and then wrap the right leg over the left, landing in our eagle pose. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, find the arms, taking the right arm underneath the left, finding either the single or the double wrap. Use your next breath in to unravel, bring the right knee up with you into the chest, and here we are landing on the second side. So start to take those circles with that right knee, going in one direction and then switching directions. Bring that knee into the chest and then pivot yourself into your warrior three, arms out in front or at heart center. And take those 10 pulses on that left leg. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Extend back to your warrior three and then drop the right toes all the way at the back of the mat in our high lunge. Take an inhale here, exhale, twist to the left. Deep breath in, sweep those arms up. Deep breath out. Take that side stretch to the left. Fill those lungs with air, reach the arms up, release the air, cactus the arms. Breathe in, sweep those arms up. Breathe out, hands to heart center. Put all your weight into that left foot and find your way into a standing split with the right toes reaching up to the sky, and take a few deep breaths here. As you're ready, drop the right foot behind the left, crossing over those ankles, then let the left leg carry on travelling around the right, coming into our eagle pose. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, find the eagle twist on the opposite side, taking the left arm underneath this time, finding the single or the double wrap, drawing those elbows down. Deep breaths here. Use your next inhale to sweep the arms up, unravel, bring the left knee into the chest. Moving on for our next little sequence, we'll inhale here, then exhale, unravel ourselves into a half moon. Reaching the left fingertips up, right hand reaches down towards the earth, or can be balancing on your fingertips for a little bit of stability. Opening through the hips. One more deep breath here. Then exhale, drop the left toes all the way to the back of the mat. Left toes point towards the top left corner. Right toes point forwards. We've landed in our warrior two, sinking down deeply into that right leg. Inhale, straighten that leg, bring the hands to press together overhead. Exhale, sink it back down. Inhale, straighten, hands to press. Exhale, sink it down. One more time. Inhale, straighten, hands up. Exhale, back into your warrior two. Now inhale, find the reverse warrior. Exhale, take it into your side angle. Inhale, back up to warrior two. Now turn both toes to point out at an angle. Heels it in. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, sink it down into your goddess. Inhale, straighten, sweep those arms. Exhale, slice those hands through heart center, goddess. One more time. Inhale, reach those arms up. Exhale, sink it down into goddess and take 10 pulses. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, reach those arms up. Now bring the heels behind the toes. Toes point in, heels point out, and start to hinge forwards, coming down halfway. So not going all the way down into your Prasarita Padottanasana. Arms are either extended out in front, or you can bring them out to the side, or you can bring the hands to the hips. Hold here in this flat back position, finding some strength through the spine. If the arms are out in front, I'll give you the option of taking some cactuses, so bending the elbows in, then re-straightening and flowing through those cactus arms. Are you still breathing? Whatever option you've chosen, let's all bring the hands to the hips and come back up to standing. Turn the right toes to point forwards, sink back down into your warrior two. Inhale, find the reverse. Exhale, launch your way back into a half moon, taking as many steps as you need to get there. Hold here for another breath, and then simply drop the left foot to meet the right. As soon as you get there, sweep the arms up, coming up into a chair pose. Reaching those fingertips to the sky, or bringing the hands to heart center. Take whichever option works for you. Just look down and make sure that you can see all of your toes peeking out from behind your knees. Option is just to stay in your chair or come up onto the tippy toes, finding the balance. Then stay here, or you can experiment with sinking back down into that toe balance that we found at the start, and then finding your way back up into a balanced chair. Woo, really feeling into the legs. Whatever option you're in, drop those heels to the floor, straighten the legs, reach the arms up to the sky, and then bring the hands back through heart center. Just take a moment, reconnect to your breath before we move on to the other side. Maybe sigh the breath out through the mouth. As you're ready, deep breath in, sweep those arms up, draw the right knee into the chest, then spiral your way down into a half moon. Left fingers reach down, right fingertips reach up, right foot is flexed, and we've got some nice length through both sides of the waist. Feeling into all the wobbles. One more deep breath in, and then breathe out. Drop that right foot to the back of the mat. Press into the outer edge of that right foot as you sink down into the left knee. Inhale, fingertips touch, front leg straightens. Exhale, sink it down. Inhale, reach. Exhale, sink it down. One more time. Deep breath in, extend. Deep breath out, take it down. Now fill those lungs with air as you stretch back and release the air as you take it into your side angle. Inhale, come back up into your warrior two. Now turn the toes so that both feet are pointing out at an angle. We inhale, reach the arms up to the sky. Exhale, take it into our squat. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, sink it down. One more time. Deep breath in to extend. Deep breath out to sink it down. And once again, we pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now take it down and hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift the right heel off the mat for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift the left heel off the mat. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift both heels for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop those heels down. Inhale, straighten the legs. Give those hips a little bit of a shimmy. Now bring the heels out, the toes in, hands to the hips, and then hinge your way down to that flat back. Options this time are to reach the left hand towards the sky, sweep the right arm, left hand down to the earth, right arm up to the sky is what I meant to say, but it doesn't matter which side you do first. Deep breath in here. Exhale, come back to center. Inhale, take it over to the other side. Inhale back through center. Exhale, hands come to the hips. Come back up to standing. Turn yourself back into your warrior two. Bending into that left leg. Pressing into the outer edge of the right foot. Use your inhale to draw yourself back into your reverse warrior, and use your exhale to propel yourself into your half moon. Just pausing here for one more breath before we drop the right foot to meet the left and sweep the hands straight up to the sky into our chair pose. Once again, you can just stay in your chair, or you can experiment with coming up high onto those tiptoes, finding the balance, and then maybe sink yourself down into a toe balance, keeping the arms up overhead. Now then, make your way back up into your chair pose, maybe keeping yourself on the tiptoes. If you're still holding your chair, you're a badass. And then drop those heels back down. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, bring them down to your side and just have a little wiggle here. Letting go of any tension. Whatever happened in those little flows, just let it go. Whether you fell out of the poses, whether you couldn't keep up, no worries. Whatever you did was wherever you were meant to be today. Now start to walk the toes towards the outside edges of the mat. Toes point out, heels point in, at hip width apart or wider. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, bring the hands to heart center and sink yourself down into a malasana. If pressing the hands together at heart center like this isn't comfortable, you can just rest them down in between your legs. Take whatever option works for you today. Now in our malasana, we're going to cross the hands onto the opposite shoulders. So bring the right hand onto the left shoulder, left hand onto the right, and then we're going to lift the hips so that the torso is parallel to the floor. So you can look at me if you need to. We're like this, gazing straight down at the mat. One nice long line from the crown of the head to the tip of the tailbone, and then lower the hips back down, lift them once again. We're going to carry on working through these lifts and lowers, really strengthening through the hips, through the glutes, through the quads here. Give me 5 more at your own pace. Okay, that's my 5. I'm landing back down in my malasana. Now keeping the hands crossed over the chest, going to experiment with straightening the legs, coming up to standing, hands free. Whew, my legs are burning. I don't know about you guys. Give those hips a little wiggle here in our Tadasana, letting go of any tension. Now whichever hand is on the bottom, you're going to slide it out, cross it over the top, and then sink your way back down into your malasana, hands free. And we're going to do 10 more of those lifts and lowers. If it ever gets too much, you can come back down to your malasana, you can come up to standing. Everything I say is optional. For me, this is 8. Oh, back in the malasana. Then once again, finding the power in the legs to come back up to standing. Wow, if your hips are burning, you are not alone. Mine are too. Find that wiggle. Drop those hands back down. Walk the feet back in towards center. And just take a little moment. Give those legs a little break, reconnect to your breath. Once again, inhale, reach both arms up to the sky. Exhale, bring the hands to heart center and start to lower yourself down into that toe balance. This time with the arms reaching up overhead, either separated or interlacing the fingers, pointing the index fingers, Kali Mudra. And then drop yourself down onto your bum, knees pointing up to the sky, plant those feet down on the earth. Extend those fingertips out in front of you. If this feels like it's got your core working, then that's great, you can just stay here. Or you can take the option of lifting those feet to hover off the mat, landing in a boat pose. Another option is to straighten those legs up to the sky. And if you wish to experiment with reaching the hands up towards the sky too, that's an option. But just take whichever option allows you to keep the shoulders back and the chest lifted. So if going further into the pose means that you collapse and you round like this, then just back out of it a little bit. We always want to be keeping that nice integrity through the spine. So still holding your boat, we're going to take some toe taps. So tapping one toe at a time, either from bent knees or straight knees, with the hands, fingertips on the earth, hands at heart center, out in front, overhead. Take whatever option works for you today. Give me 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back to your boat pose, whichever option you went for. Now either hold your boat or lower down into low boat with the hands by the sides or the hands reaching overhead. Come back into boat, down to low boat. Back to boat, can you tap the heels? Extend. Back to your boat, take it down for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold your boat for one last time. And then lower yourself all the way down onto your back. I'm afraid our little core series is not quite done yet. You're going to shimmy the hands just so that the thumbs are resting under your bum, if that feels comfortable, and then reach the legs up towards the sky. If this has got your core working, that is fabulous. You can stay here, or you can experiment with lowering the right leg down to the floor, bring it back up. Take the left leg down, bring it back up. Take both legs down, bring them back up. Take the right leg down, back to centre. Left, back up, both, bring them back up. Right, up, left, up. Both, back up. Now we're going to change it slightly. Take the right leg down and keep the right leg hovering. Now bring the left leg down, bring the left leg back up. Bring the right to meet the left, take them both down. Bring it back up, take the left down, right up, bring the left back up, take them both down. Bring them both back up, right leg down, to hover, left down, left up, right up, both down, both up, left down to a hover, right down, right up. Last time, bring them both together, bring both legs down, and I'll bring them back up, hug the knees into the chest. You might have gotten totally confused about which leg was which, what was going on. Absolutely no worries. Whatever option you did, I'm sure it will have done your core a lot of strengthening work, so just let go of whatever happened there. See, you can hear I'm a bit out of breath. If you struggled, we are all in this together. Instead of seeing difficult things as a struggle, can you reframe them as a challenge that you are taking on rather than a struggle that is happening to you? Three more deep breaths here in this knees to chest pose, taking a well-deserved little rest. Release the legs, inhale, reach them up to the sky, then just one last time, slowly lower them down onto the mat, bringing those legs straight down. Now hug that right knee up and into the chest, interlace the fingers around it, and start to take that knee back and forth, rocking that knee across from the left to the right. You might take it in circles if that feels good. Just giving the hips a little bit of love. Now keeping hold of either the right shin or around the back of the right thigh, you're going to bring the left ankle to cross over the right knee and start to draw the right knee in towards you, pushing the left knee away from you, rooting the hips and the shoulders down into the earth. Maybe take some circles with the ankles in both directions. Release the clasp around that leg and let the left leg carry on travelling around the right, either finding the single or double wrap, and then letting the knees drop over to the right hand side, landing in an eagle twist. Fill the lungs with air as you bring yourself back through centre. Unravel those legs and extend them both down to the bottom of the mat. Now hug that left knee in, start to rock it from side to side or take it in circles. Now either with the hands around the shin or the back of the thigh, bring that right knee, the right ankle to cross over that left knee. Start to draw the left knee in towards you as you push the right knee energetically away from you. Stretching into the lower body and keeping the upper body nice and relaxed. So notice whether any tension has crept into your face and your jaw. Just try and soften. Release the clasp on that leg and then let the right leg carry on twizzling its way around the other leg, the left leg, and then drop those knees over to the left hand side. Gaze can be up at the sky or over to the right, whatever feels best on your neck. Draw the breath into the lungs as you draw the legs back to centre, unravel and extend them out long. If you feel like dropping straight into your Shavasana now, you can do so, or you can join me in spending a few moments in fish pose. So press the elbows into the earth to lift the chest up towards the sky, then come onto your forearms, stacking the shoulders over the elbows, fingertips pointing towards the front of the room, and then start to push the chest up towards the sky, rolling onto your sit bones. You can keep the chin tucked into the chest, you can keep the head in line with the spine. I would encourage you not to let the head flop totally back towards the earth, so still keeping some strength in the neck rather than letting it flop back. And exit just how you came in, sliding those elbows forwards, rolling down onto your back, and then making your way into whatever version of Shavasana is calling to you today. That might be the traditional Shavasana, it might be a Supta Baddha Konasana, might be a constructive rest pose. Let the hands rest wherever is comfortable. Now return to the intention that you set at the beginning of the practice. And just take a moment to reflect on how you did with that intention. Maybe you met those intentions, maybe you didn't. There's no right or wrong answer, it's just a moment to reflect. How did your brain react to some of the challenging transitions in this class? Did you feel frustration? Did you view them as a struggle, or did you view them as a challenge? And try and take that mindset with you into your life. Anything that comes your way, view it as a challenge that you are taking on rather than a struggle that is happening to you. If you feel like you want to end this moment of silence, I would strongly but softly encourage you to just hang around for a little bit longer, facing up to the challenge of being still. You might find that your mind is finding this part more difficult than any of the movement related stuff we just did. That's perfectly normal, perfectly okay. But just remind yourself that you deserve this time to be still, that this is bringing millions of benefits to your body, to every single cell in your body. You've got trillions of cells, and Shavasana is benefiting every single one of them. If you're still here with me, you are very welcome to roll over, pop me on pause and chill out in your Shavasana for even longer. If you're ready to move on, start to bring whatever movement is calling to you today. That might be different from one day to the next. It might be small movements, it might be big movements. And slowly make your way onto your side and then press yourself up to a comfortable seated position. We'll seal our practice with one deep releasing breath. If the eyes are closed, you can open them now. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me today. As always, I am absolutely honoured to have you here with me, whether this is the first class you've done or you've flowed with me before. I'd be super duper grateful if you could like this video so that I know you enjoyed it and that you want me to do more like it in the future. You can comment with any requests or suggestions or thoughts, and of course don't forget to subscribe so that I can hopefully be with you on your mat again soon. Sending you lots of love and hopes for a wonderful day.